I know how it goes. Well, what state are you in, Marisol?
The state of Texas.
Texas. I was just in Houston.
I heard you say that.
Yeah, literally. What part are you guys in?
We're in Dallas.
Okay, cool. We are live right now. My good friend Steve Carter is in Dallas, actually. Okay, so
Really?
we are live right now. Let me, at least I always need to double check. Yep, bingo. All right. So let me just give you the proper introduction that you deserve. Hello out there in Facebook land. Here we go again. This never gets boring. This never gets tired. This never gets old when I have an opportunity to introduce one of UIGI's newest millionaire ring earners. Today, I'm introducing Marisol Beltran. Well, she'll tell you about her background and everything, but it's an honor, Marisol, to have you on today to spend some time with you to learn a little bit about your short journey with UIGI, some of the things you benefited from, some things that you've helped other people do. We're a community of helping people. And for those who are watching, I always have to give this disclaimer. When you hear UIGI, you hear United Investment Group International. We are not investors. We don't have licenses. We don't sell annuities. We don't do stocks. We don't do bonds. We don't do whole life insurance. We don't do none of the above. We're not financial planners. We're a group of people who share ideas with each other the same way that you would share an idea about a recipe. If you were at TGIS or Applebee's or Top Golf or something at a barbecue. That's all we do. And so the good thing is we've been able to help some of us, well, the vast majority of us, become extremely, extremely successful in a short period of time. And I know success is relative, but today I get a chance to introduce another one of our success stories. And so Marisol, it's a pleasure to have you here today. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, and thank you for having me today. I'm super excited to share a little bit about my journey with UIGI and in the crypto space. And the funny thing you just mentioned was talking about the insurance world and finance world, because quite honestly, that's where I started my corporate career. Okay. I won't age myself and tell you how old I am, but I started in banking and finance early in my corporate career in sales, was licensed to do investments for a portion of my time. I wanted to go 100% commission at one point, and I remember being discouraged very early in my career because I was a single mom at the time. But there was always this passion for money and understanding how it worked. And I'll skip forward. I mean, I've spent my whole entire career in corporate America, and it has just been interesting. I've worked a lot, made a lot of money, but one of the things that I felt after I had my daughter, who is the last of our clan, I'm married. I have two children, 5 bonus kids that are all adults. We have 2 at home.
Cool.
But with my oldest, I spent a whole lot of time away from him, climbing the corporate ladder. With my daughter, up until the time, literally I was 9 months pregnant, I was traveling and doing very well with the organization. My husband thought that my sales manager was going to be in the room giving birth when I gave birth to my daughter, because I literally would not stop traveling. But I loved the perks. I was always winning international trips. But when I really sat back and I watched her first steps via FaceTime, I said, something's got to change, right? And so that really helped me to start framing what I wanted my life to look like. And so I wanted to get off the road. Took an at-home, work-at-home job. And then at the beginning of this year, somebody mentioned to me about crypto and the Daisy platform. And I was a part of one of the smaller groups from UIGI, another ring earner, Trace. And so I started with Daisy. I took my stimulus money. My husband gave me the side eye when I did that, but I went all in. I went all in and started investing. So skip to today. In the last 4 months, I've actually left corporate America. I have one main client that I work with, but crypto has given me the space and the freedom to be able to not have to work full time. So.
Wow, this is great. Now, in hearing everything I said, one just shocked me. You watch your daughter's first steps via FaceTime. I think some people miss that.
Yeah.
Right. And that would make me make some decisions too. Be brutally honest with you. You know, as a young guy, I grew up, you know, I was an academiac rather. I did very well, but I also played sports. And this is not a knock for my parents because they're the best parents on the planet. But I was a, you know, all-state athlete. And my parents never made a track meet or a football game. Again, it's not a knock on them. They were working, they were doing whatever they were doing. But, you know, I decided, you know, it was a life-changing moment that once my daughters started to get involved in sports, heck, not only am I not going to miss anything, I'm going to coach them. So I coached track. I became a official Olympic swim referee because it was free for swimming. Then because I didn't have any money. Then I coached basketball because my daughter, you know, I just not retired, but she just graduated. So I get it. And so, you know, far too often, so many people have your story. They've done extremely well in the corporate space. They've made a ton of money. They've climbed the ladder. But that time with family, you can't put a price tag on them.
Nope.
You
absolutely cannot.
Wow. And so, you know, finding the crypto space that some people are still skeptical about has, you know, given you some freedom where now you only have to deal with clients on your choice. You've been able to walk away from corporate America. And I saw your daughter in here before we got started. They're always there. That is wonderful.
Yeah. I know that even my family gave me a hard time. My husband, especially, he was like, this whole crypto space, like, it's not real money. My whole family, it's not real money. And now, you know, it's kind of a different story. Now, when they see my withdrawals coming and my deposits going into the bank, I'm like, is it not real money? So now I'm trying to convince my husband. My husband is getting ready for retirement of like, let's do this together. Like, let's do this together.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, wow. So typically I ask someone to give their background. So you did a great job to give your background. Okay, so cool. So, you know, a little sidebar conversation we had prior to getting started. So prior to UIGI, and I guess connected with Trace, and Trace is an amazing gentleman. Can't wait to meet his wife and his kids, but well, his young adults. But prior to UIGI, I understand that you were dibbling and dabbling in some things that weren't as stable.
Yeah, so I went all in with a platform, actually a couple of platforms that are no longer existent, in existence, and even Trace, like, you know, we learn by, you know, sticking our hand in the fire. That's all I can say. But one of the things I love about your group and the UIGI group and family is that I really feel like you do your due diligence before you put out anything in front of everyone, and I really appreciate that. As I shared with you, like, a lot of my friends and family just are a little scared and skeptical. And I think now that they've seen me making money, now it's a lot easier to share my story. And so that's the biggest thing, with the earning the ring, but also being able to provide them the space and platform to learn and understand that you vet these platforms before they go live with the group.
Yeah, you know, I wish I could say I was the person who found all the platforms or created all the platforms. I'd be a super duper billionaire and we wouldn't be talking right now. No, I'm joking. But what I do is the platforms come from the group. Like, it's really a shared thing. There's not a day that goes by that someone doesn't send something to me. And many of them we have to decline. But I'm not that smart. You know, they come to my way. Now I have the resources and the time to jump on a flight, you know, to go sit down with an owner, to look them in their eye, to look up their background, to, you know, find the stuff that we need, to talk to other connections, you know, to make sure that we're not going to step in too much mess. And so that's what I do. So, and it's a labor of love, but it's necessary, you know. But
well,
with that,
I appreciate that.
no, thank you. So let's talk about the UIGI. I know we're a bunch of funny characters, from testimonies to welcoming people to the group to even some people having interesting attitudes, but our moderators do a great job of keeping that, low. But
Yeah.
but so when you found out about the platform, you started looking at you said you started with Daisy. Here's my question I always ask. What's your favorite phase, if any?
If the most recent that I think, so Daisy, I know that's a long-term play.
Absolutely.
And I like Daisy. I love Ether Connect and Omega Digital. I know they're still a little new, but those two phases I enjoy.
Omega Digital is the truth. I'm Greg Agason, the owner of Omega Digital, honest and solid as the day is long. And I know you got notification that the bot is running again.
I saw that yesterday.
Yeah, I was excited. And I was happy that he stayed in direct communication with everyone saying, look, the market is down right now. Even though the bot's at 16%, we're just going to turn it off. And that's always good to hear, that transparency. And now the bot is rocking and rolling.
I saw that, and I respect that he was that transparent. That felt good. Like nobody went silent. Like he was honest and upfront about that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And he's giving a lot of bonus money away. I think I won one of the last contests, and the other day I was in first place, but someone just jumped right past me. So
time to get to work.
Exactly, right? Wow. So it's always good to have an interview with someone who even though your past is in finances, but someone who cuts to the chase and sounds very confident about what they're learning and what they're sharing with others. When it comes to sharing with others, now I know you're showing some family members and friends. How cool is it when maybe someone who didn't believe, they probably believed in you? A lot of times people get this mixed up. Your friends and family, they believe, love, trust, and respect you. But sometimes when it comes to foreign things that they're not familiar with, they're like, they give you side eye. How is it now working with folks who kind of transition from the side eye to, hey, let's rock and roll?
It actually feels really good. More so that I feel like I can make a bigger impact. So just so you know, I'm a recruiter by trade. I've been in talent acquisition for years. So that's what I do. And that's how I help organizations build out. So one of the biggest things I've always taught people is that you have to first believe in order to be able to share, and your story is everything. So now that I have the proof in the pudding, I feel like I can make a bigger impact on people's lives. And for me, that is more important than anything. To watch, I'm in my 40s, but to be able to watch someone who's in their early 20s, or my bonus kids that are all adults, to be able to impact them, to create wealth earlier on than I did and am, to me is everything.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Now I don't have anybody. Well, no, I have an 18-year-old, so she's a young adult, and to see them, prosper and to get into this crypto space at a young age. My 13-year-old, my 18-year-old, they're getting it, and I love it. This is cool. So here's one for you. 1/3 rule. And I get all type of different answers on here. And I always want to explain the 1/3 rule, because someone who's watched this for the first time, I'll explain it, and they'll have Marisol give her insight on it. So for those who are listening, we're very adamant about, if you're going to play with any of the platforms in our social club, we're a social club. If you want to play with any platforms, let's say I want to play with $5,000 in one of the social clubs. I forget about that $5,000. I just forget about it. I put it into somewhere, I forgot about it. But what I'm very serious about is the money that's generated from that $5,000. And I typically teach people to break it up in thirds. You take 1/3 and you start to allocate it towards debt. And if you hear the stories about how people don't have any more student loans, mortgages, car notes, it's amazing. So you put 1/3 towards debt. You take that other third and you reinvest it, maybe in the same platform or different platforms. And you take that last third, we cut it in half, give Uncle Sam his piece, and that's being aggressive, and then go play with some and get some instant gratification. So after the explanation of the 1/3 rule, have you started to implement it yet? How's it working with you and your group?
So after I heard your why behind the 1/3 rule, I absolutely started implementing it. I'll tell you that it kept me from getting burned. And some of the initial phases I told you that participated in and got my hand burnt and learned. So then began to play with house money. It's also helped me to expand and be able to invest in other platforms. So absolutely, I'm debt free. We're working on paying off our house. And I know that our crypto is going to be the way that it happens. So big advocate of the 1/3 rule. And you got to treat yourself. You have to go out and have some fun. Like that's what keeps you going.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I love it. I love it. Okay. So I'm new. Okay. I just joined UIGI via maybe an advertisement because we do a great deal of advertising on Instagram and Facebook, or I found it somewhere. What would you tell me if I was looking at this for the first time? Maybe I'm seeing some of the testimonies. Maybe I'm seeing people getting welcome to the page. What would you tell me if I have my toe in the water?
Jump in somewhere. Jump in somewhere. There's every platform gives you the ability to earn without recruiting. Obviously sharing is going to give you an opportunity to compound quickly. But if you're not going to share, there's platforms that will allow you to invest and just earn money, but start somewhere. We all can. For those that say they don't have any money, I promise you, if you cut back on the Starbucks drinks or eating out a few times a week, you'll have some money, right? You'll have some money to put away to grow your money. I mean, I'll tell you, part of my story and part of me getting very aggressive in this space was due to the fact I sold one of my homes last year, and for 1 month of interest, the bank paid me $8 on like 40 grand that was sitting in the bank. And I was like, this is a joke.
Crazy.
It's an absolute joke. So why not make the money that the banks make on us and do it for yourself and change your life? So I always say sacrifice, but find somewhere. There's no excuse. Everyone in this group is making money. And if, listen to the testimonies, because I'm sure somebody's story will resonate with you, and reach out to that person. If they're not who invited you, just having a conversation with them may inspire you to put your money somewhere.
Gotcha. I love it. So we have our ring ceremony that's going to take place. The ring owners have spoken. It will be in Florida at this incredible resort. My wife and I just stayed there. And the girls, it's brand new. It's only 13 months old. It's gorgeous. That's one of the most challenging mini golf courses in the world, actually. And I'm good at mini golf. Okay. But I can't wait to, recognize you and give you that ring. It's going to be cool. Hopefully your whole family can attend. If not, we understand, but it's going to be cool. So I cannot say enough congratulations to, you and all the new ring earners.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. For those that are even thinking about jumping into this space, this is a great group of individuals that share great ideas. You can't stir wrong. And we have amazing team members that are sharing learnings and trainings that are invaluable. And you can always go out on YouTube to learn about the platforms, but we have a team of individuals that are out there doing trainings. Hop on one. You've got questions. There's a ton of people in this group that'll answer your questions, but more importantly, the proof is in the pudding. People in this group are making money. So to me, it's not Rabu just sharing a bunch of information and that there's no testimonials. Everybody's making money. So jump in. It's not that scary.
Wonderful. That's great. My next thing was words of wisdom. Well, hey, here's the thing. If you're watching, okay, as you can see right now, Marisol's incredible. She's a winner. She's been a winner for a long time. See, one thing I know, I have some mentors and I choose my mentors very wisely, but I choose winners, period. Someone say, well, if you're married, you can learn from someone who's been divorced 4 times and they'll teach you, how not to get divorced. Maybe, okay? I love winners. And the bottom line is, Marisol's a winner. So reach out to her, okay? Inbox her on Facebook, find her on Instagram, let her know that you're interested in UIGI. She knows her stuff. But again, she's been winning for a long time. That's a big deal. And I'll tell you right now, if I didn't know your story, but if I knew your background, I knew you would be doing what you're doing right now. The ring is just a first stepping stone. And so, again, congratulations. I'm extremely excited for you and your family.
Well, thank you again, Rabu. It's been a great journey, and now I get to just amplify it, do it on my own, and the freedom that has come with it there's not a price tag that you can put on it.
Wow. Well, thank you. I have a couple more things to do today as I knock out my to-do list, but this is a joy and a pleasure. And so again, folks, look up Marisol Beltran. Find her. This is shared on her page. It's shared on my page. Inbox her. Ask some questions. She'll be more than happy to help you get started with UIGI, because we're just a social club. We share some information. If you like it, great. If not, we understand. So
have a great day.
All right, you do the same, and I'll chat with you
All
later.
right. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.